it's that nerd Ryan here, and we're just 2 days away from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and the start of Generation 9. So what we're going to do today is reflect on Generation 8. We're going to look at the 5 games, the perks, the DLC, everything. We're going to talk about stuff that we probably won't see anymore, stuff that we liked and stuff that we disliked and stuff we hope we see in Gen 9 today. So let's start with stuff that's probably going to go away. The big glaring one is Dynamaxing. That was a Gen 8 exclusive thing. They didn't even put it in the remakes for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or in Legends Arceus. So that is subtly disappointing that we probably won't get Dynamax, but I mean, the last 3 generations have had perks or gimmicks in it that kind of don't carry over. I mean, Mega Evolution did, but it wasn't used as much as Z-Moves, and Z-Moves has only been in Gen 7. But yeah, so we're going to probably be putting Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing to bed. We might see it still in meta, who knows, but I doubt that it will be, and I doubt that it will be anywhere else. So after that, another thing that I don't think we'll be seeing for a while is the wild area. I think the wild area will kind of still be in Gen 9, but it's going to be more like Legends Arceus than actual wild areas in Pokemon. Because I feel like the wild area was kind of a alpha test. If we consider Legends Arceus a beta test, this would be the alpha test of a free roam area. So I don't think we'll have a wild area. I think what we're going to do is it's going to be seamless wild area all around. Even in the cities, you just kind of walk in and there's the city. But I don't think we're going to have specific wild areas. So let's talk about the stuff that we enjoyed with this. Or at least that I enjoyed. So I really enjoyed Galarian forms. I think they're the best regional forms that we had so far. I also like the regional form evolutions. And I'm hoping that they continue doing that, because just seeing like Obstagoon and Pokemon like that I can't think of right now, but like Obstagoon, that's phenomenal that we have these alternate evolutions for these Pokemon, and there's actually good reason why they didn't evolve beforehand. I also really enjoyed how it made becoming competitive easier. I felt like all the way up until Gen 8, that it was almost impossible for somebody to get into competitive without dedicating multiple hours of their day into doing so. And now I have a full shiny competitive team that only took about 6 months to make. And the only reason why it took 6 months is because 2 Pokemon went over 1,000 ranks. But I was able to switch up their natures with mints, and then bring up their EVs with like proteins like the vitamins, and with some other EV training methods that were easy, and I was able to bring up their IVs with golden bottle caps. So yeah, I mean, that was like perfect. That now anybody can play competitive and they don't have to worry about it. Also, very controversial here. It's actually probably going to end up on both sides of the spectrum, but the national dex getting cut. I was kind of happy about that because we are almost at 1,000 Pokemon, if that will be at 1,000 on Friday. So I'm fine with us cutting the national dex because there's too many Pokemon to put in one game now. There is some downside to it we'll talk about on the downside, But yeah, the other thing that kind of can be controversial here is I really like the idea of the DLC. Now, did I think it was worth $30 or $60 or whatever it was for another half of the game? No. But I did like the added advantage of going to these places over, you know, buying a remaster of the same game that came out a year ago. What else I really enjoyed was Pokemon Legends Arceus. That ended up being a beta test for Gen 9, basically. But the game was so fun. I enjoyed it. I played most of it on Twitch. I had to stop playing it on Twitch because I just wanted to beat the game. I was like, I need to do this myself. But the game is so fun. I enjoyed alphas in that and everything like that. I'm hoping we're getting more alphas. I also like the Hisuian forms. That's another with the alternate evolutions like Scyther evolving into Cleavor and stuff like that. That was amazing. Now let's go with dislikes. First off, let's get with the easiest one, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Those were huge disappointments to the community and myself. It was just like crazy stuff, just a basically reskin, and then like the Elite Four being terrible, not implementing the quality of life stuff better than it should be, and like stuff like that, just very big disappointments. And then let's also talk about the National Dex getting cut on this, because some of my favorite Pokemon were cut originally, and on top of that, having to buy the DLC to add those extra, I think it was 200 Pokemon, that's a little messed up in my opinion. But also, it's kind of understandable, like, why that would happen, but I'm not also being sympathetic towards that. Another thing that I kind of disliked is something that I'm definitely going to dislike in Gen 9 is the legendaries. I liked Zacian and Zamazenta, but Eternatus was a weird Pokemon, kind of disappointing. But yeah, and then the other part that I didn't really care for was Legends Arceus having a lot of like black screen in it, like for switching places and everything. But again, the game, if you take it as the game being a beta test, is the best Pokemon game to come out. So officially, Sword and Shield, I want to give an 8 out of 10. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, I want to give a 4 out of 10. Legends Arceus, I want to give a 10 out of 10. So we are just 2 days away from the Palladio region. What are you guys going to do first? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe as well. And also, make sure that you ring that bell. And look in my description so you can follow me on all my social media. That Nerd Ryan telling you. Happy hunting.